men gather by the monument, here to pay respects. Pictures of each in uniform around their leathered necks. Thoughts race back to a time and place when duty defined the day. Remembered comrades, brothers in arms, honored on this hallowed day. When they were young, they took on the world and saved it. When they were young, against all the odds, they made it. So many people died, too many heroes left unsung. Never let us forget when they were young. Came from towns and factories, came from off the farms, leaving high school sweethearts behind for their Uncle Sam. Proud to serve in spite of fears, with tensions rising high. Found the road of freedom, paved with tender lives. When they were young, they took on the world and saved it. When they were young, against all the odds, they made it. So many people died, too many heroes left unsung. Never let us forget when they were young. Never thought of complaining, they couldn't wait to go. As they render their last salute, everyone should know. When they were young, they took on the world and saved it. When they were young, against all the odds, they made it. So many people died, too many heroes left unsung. Never let us forget, never let us forget, never let us forget when they were young.
Our debt to the heroic men and valiant women in the service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude. America will never forget their sacrifices.
America owes so much to the men and the women whose sacrifices purchased our freedom and guaranteed our liberty. Harry Truman was right. We owe them our undying gratitude. From the memorials erected in your honor to those we hold in our hearts, let us share with you now the gratitude of a nation.
Thank you for your service.
We'll never forget what you've done for us.
Thank you for protecting America.
This is America, the land of the free, because of you, our brave veterans. It is a land of bountiful harvest and a land of wondrous beauty, home to a proud people from small towns and large cities, and from all walks of life, each enjoying their liberty, valuing their freedom, and setting their own course to achieve their own dreams. It is a land where we value the individual and the contributions they make to others. Our goals are allowed to soar, and our imagination can inspire. We place no limit on what can be achieved. We must never take that freedom for granted. It must be celebrated, and we must remember how it was achieved and how it was kept secure. The symbol of America is strength and beauty. That symbol is embodied in a great spirit and carried in the hearts of every man or woman who places it above their own desires and even their own lives. How do we thank you, the veterans of this great nation? We erect monuments that tower over our capital. We write your name in stone so that no one will ever forget. You are the men and women that birthed the nation. You are the ones who sacrificed to hold it together during its darkest hours. You did not ask for greatness from your leaders, only fairness and honor. You asked that they abide by their oath the way that you abide by yours. We marvel at and cherish those who have accomplished great things. Yet it is not the monuments that we build that best represent our deep and undying gratitude. For how can even those monuments compare to those of nature? How can our warm appreciation be captured like the beauty of a sunset? And how do we show the depth of our gratitude, which is like the expanse of the universe? You have secured our futures. The monuments that we build reflect your sacrifices and remind us not only of the glory of the moments that we can witness, they also remind us of the loneliness and the dedication of hours spent guarding our freedoms. We may have captured an instant in time so that we may never forget that these deeds are not done by one, but by whole generations. We remind ourselves of the total sacrifice of some who fell on foreign shores, far from home. These memories we pass on from generation to generation so that none will forget. We celebrate and savor. We wrap ourselves in the warmth of our families and immerse ourselves in the grandeur of nature. We are able to live our days and share our knowledge because of what you have done for us. We sleep peaceful in our beds, knowing that you, the veteran, protect us and have protected us throughout history. Every corner of our country remembers you. Every village calls the roll of your names. Will Rogers captured this in a simple thought. We can't all be heroes because somebody has to sit on the curb and clap as they go by. And we do, and we will.
I was born and raised in Live Oak, Florida, right next to the Swanee River my whole life.
To me, a veteran is they deserve more than just a common person. They went out there and they actually fought for America. They fought not just for America, but they also fought for each other. And that's what I think a big part of what America symbolizes is that we're here for each other.
Because of your actions, I'm here as a Nigerian in America to study in a country that is very safe. I don't have to worry about security breaches because I know how serious it can be in my country.
I have the right to speak my mind because from where I come from, I do not have that right. It's a little restrictive government. And now coming to this country, I can learn anything I want to. And when I speak my mind, because I love learning.
There's something great about America is that we're able to, if we work hard, we can actually do more than, we can actually rise above the social status or class of our parents or our great-grandparents and become more, just because if we're able to work hard and give it all we got.
It's a land of opportunity, and he always tells us that, you can do anything over here, you can always strive, and as long as you work hard. What his favorite quote is, the only place you'll find success before you find work is in the dictionary. So as long as you put in the work, in America you have the opportunity to be successful.
Yes, I have a fair amount of family members who have served in various branches of the military. One in the Air Force, mostly in the Marines, and a few in the Navy.
From what the veterans have done for me, it's to give me a comfortable environment to learn. And I am wholeheartedly appreciative for that. And
it's because of the veterans that we're able to have these freedoms and be able to have these abilities to just live a peaceful life, even if we don't all agree with each other.
My name is Fiki Ogene. I'm from Nigeria, and my name means because of God.
Thank you so much for the sacrifices that you made for me. I knew that it was a tremendous hardship for you and that it meant a lot for you to do what you did so that I may have the future that I have right now. And I dedicate all my accomplishments to you. And I thank you so much for letting me be able to have the life that I have today.
Those who wear the uniform today recognize that they stand upon the shoulders of those who have gone before. They offer you this special tribute in a way that only they can.
Duty, honor, country. Those three hallowed words build courage when courage seems to fail, to regain faith when there seems to be little cause for faith, to create hope when the hope becomes forlorn. The unbelievers will say they are but words, but a slogan, but a flamboyant phrase. Every pedant, every demagogue, every cynic, every hypocrite, every troublemaker, and I'm sorry to say some others of an entirely different character will try to downgrade them, even to the extent of mockery and ridicule. They make you strong enough to know when you're weak and brave enough to face yourself when you are afraid. They teach you to be proud and unbending in honest failure, but humble and gentle in success. Not to substitute words for actions, not to seek the path of comfort, but to face the stress and spur of difficulty and challenge. To learn to stand up in the storm, but to have compassion on those who fall. To master yourself before you seek to master others. To have a heart that is clean, a goal that is high. To learn to laugh, yet never forget how to weep. To reach into the future, yet never neglect the past. To be serious, yet never to take yourself too seriously. To be modest, so that you will remember the simplicity of true greatness, the open mind of true wisdom, the meekness of true strength. Their story is known to all of you. It is a story of American man-at-arms. I regard him as one of the world's noblest figures, not only as one of the finest military characters, but also as one of the most stainless. His name and fame are the birthright of every American citizen. In his youth and strength, his love and loyalty, he gave all that mortality can give. He belongs to history as furnishing one of the greatest examples of successful patriotism. He belongs to posterity as the instructor of future generations in the principles of liberty and freedom. He belongs to the present, to us, by his virtue and by his achievements. On 100 battlefields around 1,000 campfires, I have witnessed that enduring fortitude, that patriotic self-abnegation, and that invincible determination which have carved his statue in the hearts of his people. From one end of the world to the other, he has drained deep the chalice of courage. Duty, honor, country. The code which those words perpetuate embraces the highest moral laws and will stand the test of any ethics or philosophies ever promulgated for the uplift of mankind. Its requirements are for the things that are right, and its restraints are from the things that are wrong. The soldier, above all other men, is required to practice the greatest act of religious training: sacrifice. The long gray line has never failed us. Were you to do so, 1,000,000 ghosts in olive drab, in brown khaki, in blue and gray would rise from their white crosses thundering those magic words: duty, honor, country. I listen vainly but with thirsty ears for the witching melody of faint bugle blowing reveille of far drums beating the long roll. In my dreams I hear again the crash of guns, the rattle of musketry, the strange, mournful mutter of the battlefield. Always there echoes and re-echoes: duty, honor, country.
I'm Vice Admiral Willie Hillardis, the commander of the Naval Sea Systems Command. The Naval Sea Systems Command has the awesome job of designing, building, and maintaining our Navy, the greatest Navy in the world. This work is built on a foundation created by the sacrifices of each and every man and woman who served in World War II. From the home front shipyards and factories around the United States, to the beaches of Normandy, to the Pacific Ocean and beyond, your service and sacrifice made possible the nation and the Navy we have today. Your generation was a selfless one. Many say the greatest. You recognized the imperative of keeping the world safe from dictators and charged ahead full steam to protect and defend the freedoms we have under the Constitution. I am humbled to be asked to help honor you at the United States Navy Memorial, your memorial, to let you know that your service will never be forgotten. Thank you for all you did for the United States of America and the world.
For 20 years, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. Even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But he still stood the watch. He stood the watch so that we, our families, and a fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, guided, and led. Shipmate, you stand relieved. We have the watch. Bosun, stand by to pipe the side. A shipmate's going ashore.
On a hill overlooking the Pentagon stands the Air Force Memorial.
I'm Chief Master in the Air Force Jim Cody, and I'm here today at our Air Force Memorial really simply to look at each and every one of you and say thank you. Thank you for your years of service. When I think about each and every one of you, and believe me, I think about you often, as we serve today, we stand on your shoulders. You truly are the giants that inspire us to be the very best we can be today in our military, truly. You know, you inspired a nation during your service. That continues to inspire the men and women that serve today and will inspire those that serve into the future. Truly, your service, your sacrifice, the courage that you showed in the face of such adversity is just amazing. And it is truly an honor to be able to thank you from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of nearly 690,000 airmen in our Air Force, how much we appreciate your dedicated service. Truly, truly amazing. Each and every one of you contributed to the success of our nation time and time again. And because of those things that you did, those things that mean so much to each and every one of you, those that served alongside of you, your friends, those that perished, paid the ultimate sacrifice. Again, the inspiration that you provide our Air Force, our military at large today is just, words can never really adequately express our gratitude. But simply said, I want to say thank you. For those of you that couldn't make it to Washington, I simply want to say thank you. Thank you for your service. You continue to inspire a nation. You continue to inspire those men and women that serve in our military today.
Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of, wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long delirious burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or even eagle flew. And while with silent lifting mind I've trod the high untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Semper Fi, Devils. Every one of you. Every one of you. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I followed in your footsteps. You pretty much set the boundaries and the level for us to go. And I appreciate that. And I did my years, and I lost some of my boys too, so I know right where you're at. And from the deepest parts of my heart, I thank you.
What better setting than the iconic Marine Corps War Memorial for the U.S. Marine Corps to say thank you to all the Marine veterans and veterans of all services. Presented here in its entirety, the Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon Program, performed in your honor by the Marching 24 of the Washington, D.C. Marine Corps Barracks at 8th and I.
a crowd, you're bound to spot him. He's standing so very tall. Not too much that impresses him. He's seen and done it all. His hair is short, his eyes are sharp, but his smile's a little blue. It's the only indication of the hell that he's gone through. He belongs to a sacred brotherhood, always faithful till the end. He has walked right into battle and walked back out again. Many people think him foolish for having no regrets about having lived through many times others would forget. He's the first to go and last to know, but never questions why on whether it is right or wrong, but only do or die. He walks a path most others won't take and has lost much along the way, but he thinks a lot of freedom. It's a small price to pay. Yes, he has chosen to live a life off the beaten track, knowing well each time he's called, he might not make it back. So next time you see a devil dog standing proud and true, be grateful for all he's given. He's given it for you. Don't go up and ask him what it's like to be in war. Just thank God that it's your country he's always fighting for. And thank him, too, for all the hell he's seen in that shade of green. Thank him for having the guts to be a United States Marine.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Major Angela Manis. I'm from Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C., here at 8th and I. I would like to say, from my family to yours, 3 generations of Marines, I'd like to say thank you for your service to this country. Semper Fidelis.
At the western end of Memorial Drive in Arlington National Cemetery stands the Women in Military Service for America Memorial. It is a living and ever-changing memorial to the women of the nation who stood with their brothers against our foes.
My name is Jeannie Benedict. I am a former Navy wave, but I have something that I would like to say to all the veterans. It is the veteran. It is the veteran, not the minister, who gives us freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to protest. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag. This essay was written by Charles M. Provence.
The World War II Memorial honors the service of 16 million members of the Armed Forces of the United States of America, the support of countless millions on the home front, and the ultimate sacrifice of 405,399 Americans. 56 granite columns, split between 2 half circles framing the rainbow pool with its celebratory fountains, symbolize the unprecedented wartime unity among the 48 states, 7 federal territories, and the District of Columbia. A wall of 4,048 gold stars silently pays solemn tribute to the sacrifice of more than 405,000 American lives. The memorial also features areas where veterans' recollections come flooding back, triggered by the sights of dozens of battle names and military campaign designations carved into stone. The 24 bronze bas-relief panels that flank the ceremonial entrance offer glimpses into the human experience at home and at war. They breathe new life into familiar black and white photographs or newsreels.
It's an incredible sacrifice. There's so many sacrifices that those soldiers made. And no, I can't fully appreciate it because I wasn't there, but I do appreciate it. I do appreciate how much they put in every day, for who, not just themselves, not just their families, and not just the people in the United States of America, that they fought for, a huge amount of people. The entire whole, demographics and populations that would not be here today without their service, and it's pretty tremendous.
I think sometimes we tend to not really think about the freedoms that we have today and how we got those freedoms. And I think that, as they say that quote, home of the free because of the brave. And for that, I thank you, because if it wouldn't have been because of the men and women that served in World War II, I wouldn't be standing here making this video and thanking you for all your service and all the great things, and so that I could be standing here, be free, my family, be able to come here into the greatest country on earth, in my opinion. And so for that, I'm extremely thankful, and I know that there will never be enough words or the perfect word to say thank you.
I would like to thank you for your dedication and your service to our country, to allow us to have the freedoms that we have today, the right to vote, the right to learn, the right to do everything that we want, to speak. I thank you for everything that you've done for us.
I just want to thank all veterans out there for the hard passion, patriotism, and glory they put to the United States. I am so grateful to you guys today, because it is for you guys building this land that I am here, studying and accomplishing my dreams and goals and aspirations.
Thank you for just what you have done for me, because you did not have to. I adore you. I look up to you. You are my role model. Every night when I go to bed, I pray not only for you, but for your family.
In fact, I have a brother that's a Navy veteran. I have an uncle that's an Army veteran. He fought in the Vietnam War as a helicopter pilot and trained for years after that. Thank you.
I believe that anybody who makes a sacrifice, we're talking about people who have just not sacrificed their time, but sacrificed their, just placed away from family, placed away from school, placed away from things they love, just so that people like me and you could have the freedom to do what we do today. Without them, I wouldn't be in school. Without them, I wouldn't have a beautiful wife. Without them, I wouldn't even be here right now. So I just want to thank you so much for just your kindness, your love, and just your fighting. You fought every day. You saw people get killed. You saw people that never made it back home. And I know it must have been hard for you. So I truly want to say thank you, because what you did was worth it. I'm a product. We're all a product. Every day you look around, you see people. It's all because of you. So therefore, I thank you. You're awesome.
My grandfather and 3 of my uncles were in the Indian military.
I was in the Army Reserves in Pennsylvania, and we were a hospital unit.
My brother was in the Marine Corps as a non-commissioned officer, but I wanted to go in as a commissioned officer through Army ROTC.
I was an aviation specialist. Basically, I did the flight hours of all the pilots who flew the Apaches, the Chinooks, and the Blackhawks. I coordinated all their flights, and I ensured that all their orders and everything was up to date, and that everything for their flight was in order.
Thank you for taking those years of your life and dedicating it, because that's not something you ever get back, your time. And then putting in all that effort and work to become, I guess, the best you could be to serve as well as you could.
I'd like to thank you for teaching me the true meaning of support and compassion, and I appreciate everything that you've done. I thank you for your time, your service, and your love for this country.
I was in military service in Korea. I cannot fully understand how hard it was, but I can understand a bit of difficulties you might have had. I know there are some people who don't treat you as you are supposed to be, but be proud of you yourself, and I'm really glad that I can study here in the world that you made. Thank you so much.
The Korean War Veterans Memorial is located near the Lincoln Memorial on the National Mall. It was dedicated on July 27, 1995. The memorial commemorates the sacrifices of the 5.8 million Americans who served in the U.S. Armed Services during the 3-year period of the Korean War. The war was one of the most hard-fought in our history. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial stands as a symbol of America's honor and recognition of the men and women who served and sacrificed their lives in the Vietnam War. Inscribed on the black granite walls are the names of more than 58,000 men and women who gave their lives or remain missing. Yet the memorial itself is dedicated to honor the courage, sacrifice, and devotion to duty and country of all who answered the call to serve during the longest war in U.S. history.
My grandpa was representing Brazil in the World War II.
My grandfathers aren't here to say thank you to personally, so I want to say thank you to all of you veterans out there.
It's been 10 years since my grandfather passed away. So we still think of you, we still love you, we still miss you, and pray that you all don't forget that we still think of you and love you just as much.
Thank you for your service.
Since April 6, 1948, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier has been guarded 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, regardless of weather, by members of the 3rd Infantry Regiment of the United States Army, the Old Guard. The sentinel marches 21 steps across the black mat, past the final resting places of the unknown soldiers of World War I, World War II, Korea, and the crypt of the unknown soldier of the Vietnam War. With a crisp turn, the sentinel turns 90 degrees to face east for 21 seconds. The sentinel then turns a sharp 90-degree turn again to face north for 21 seconds. A crisp shoulder arms movement places the rifle on the shoulder nearest the visitors to signify that the sentinel stands between the tomb and any threat. The sentinel wears no rank insignia so that they may never outrank the unknown soldiers they stand guard over.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Sergeant First Class Welch of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army. Guard of Honor, 2 of the unknown soldier. The ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard. In keeping with the dignity of this ceremony, it is requested that everyone remain silent and standing. Thank you.
Dear veterans of World War II, I want to thank you for your service, even though your family must have missed you. And I know that what you did for our country was a very good thing. This is saying thank you for your service.
Thank you to all of the brave veterans who sacrificed themselves to save our country and protect our freedom.
I am thankful for veterans because they put their lives on hold to keep us safe and to keep our rights as an American citizen, such as religion, hobbies, and last but not least, freedom. For example, Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews, but the veterans fought him. Thank you, veterans. You are true heroes. I am thankful for veterans because they fight for what's right and protect our country from the people that would hurt us. They keep the people that they don't know safe. They protect me and my family. They protect my home. They protect the United States of America. Thank you, veterans, for giving up all you have for us. You are true heroes. Thank you, veterans.
Dear veterans, I cannot believe all the great things you've accomplished from the First Battle of the Marne to the surrender of the Japanese in 1945, from the Korean War to the Vietnam War, all the obstacles that you and your comrades had to endure for my family and I, and the United States live in a time where all of us could live in the peace and freedom that we cherish. I cannot imagine how the United States would be if we didn't stand strong to fight for all of the freedoms we enjoy today. Even though we lost so many in battles like the 100th Day Offense, you and all who gave their life will never be forgotten for what you have done to bring us the freedom we cherish so much in our everyday lives. So once again, I would like to thank you from my deepest depths of my heart for all that you have put towards to keep the United States, my family and I, and everyone else I care about, the safety and rights they all deserve.
You sacrificed so much to make our lives less rough. Even though you huffed and puffed, you persevered. To this day, you still remember like it was yesterday, but in the end, we all are rewarded with the rights and freedoms you defended. Thank you.
I would like to say thank you to the then young men who risked their lives so that I may live with the freedom and security that I do today. At ages even younger than I, these men dove into the fray of the front lines of the most challenging events of human history. I hope that I can live in a way that honors them and their sacrifice.
Dear veterans, I'd like to thank you very much for your service to our country during World War II. The hardships you endured during the war because of low supplies, changing climate, and the long separation from friends and family shows the extent of your commitment to our country. The sacrifices you made during these hardships should never be forgotten and can never be fully repaid. Because of your bravery, it has and will continue to allow many generations to enjoy the freedoms of the United States of America. Thank you.
The only true words to be spoken are thank you, yet it still can never be enough.
I'm 16 years old, and my biggest problem in life is if I'm going to get a good grade in a class. While around my age, you fought in a war. You've sacrificed more than I could imagine. So I leave you with this. Those who live today remember those who do not, and those who know freedom remember today those who gave up life for freedom. So I'd like to thank you, and hope to do justice to the freedom you gave me.
This is for all of you who gave up everything you had to serve and protect your country. You have fought for years to keep your home safe. Without all of your sacrifices, we would not have all the freedoms and rights we have today. All of you deserve so much more credit and respect than you actually receive. You risked your own life each and every day to save millions of people you have never met. Yet, in that matter of time, that's all that mattered to you. You give us the feeling of safety. We're able to wake up every morning in our own home safe and sound. From World War I to World War II, Korea and Vietnam, and every single war you have fought in, you won. Yes, at times you wanted to give up, but you never did, and I'm so thankful for that. Without all of your dedication, sweat, and heart, who knows what America would be like? You are the reason we are free people. You are the reason we can speak freely, act freely, and worship freely. You, a veteran of the United States, you are a true, kind spirit. Everyone needs to thank you, whether you are here or in heaven. And I know I can say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so thankful for you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting my family, my home. Thank you for being brave. Thank you.
Dear veterans, thank you for your service even though you were a little bit nervous. Through times tough, the war started being rough. Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Marines, whatever force you are very honorable indeed. You make us a great country and a safe one too. All of this was made possible just because of you.
We pray that the memories that you, our heroes, hold in your hearts is not one of gray battlefields or stormy seas, but of the lifetimes of gentle beauty and of our appreciation for your wondrous gift to us of our freedom, wrapped in the beauty of America.
I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. But life is a vision, that's how it should be. The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, where all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Our dreams last forever, for all that we know. The roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away.